it was about 6 months to my 60th birthday that the challenge started. And I was facing a lot of things that I hadn't been looking forward to. And the T-Tapp doesn't promise to address directly the symptoms of empty nest, but really they do. Discouragement, loss of purpose, just feeling lost in your routine of life. And I knew that was coming up, and I'd had some developing issues with menopause, with aging, and I was terrified. I wanted my next season of life to be productive and purposeful, and I set my mind to being positive about it. But every day, my body said, nah, your brain can tell you all you want, but you're aging, and you're gonna have to get up and do something. So they say that one of the highest forms of acknowledgement is when students pass on on the teachings to other people, and obviously you are receiving that highest form of acknowledgement. So thank you. And my friend Mary Ellen Cordick, who is from my hometown, we met about 30 years ago. So we've journeyed through life together in all the stages. 3 years she's been coming to me saying, T-Tapp is so amazing. I'm getting these great results. And my brain kept saying, yeah, but it won't work for you. It won't work for you. Nothing works for you. But if you looked at what I believed based on my actions, because actions speak louder than words, then I believed that you get healthy by buying DVDs and putting them away. And even sitting and watching YouTube videos, because I was willing to do that much. But Mary Ellen encouraged me in a way that only a friend who knows you really well can do, to sign up for the challenge. So I did, and I chose the over 50 average to lose, although I was tempted to say more to lose, average to lose with health problems. And one of those categories, the over 50 I can't do anything about, but the health problems I could. And so with that determination, I signed up with my doctor's words ringing in my ears that if I come back one more time with my blood pressure being 190 over 90, that he was going to put me, or no, 180 over 90, he was going to put me on medication. And I didn't want that. So I went into it with that. I had a frozen shoulder that I couldn't lift basically above here. I had a torn meniscus in my knee because I had actually tried to join a gym and do the Biggest Loser contest, and they just, they have you running up and down steps and doing things that actually hurt my body. And so, of course, I stopped doing that. And so over the 60 days, I spent the first 2 weeks watching YouTube videos. And I started doing the arthritis things for your fingers, and I found that it really made a difference. And the feet, that bend your foot back. And so I thought, okay, if that's helping, maybe I should get out of my chair and actually put the DVD in. And so I did. And in 6 weeks, within probably 10 days, my frozen shoulder and from an old rotator cuff injury completely opened up, and I had complete range of motion again. So I could start doing everything that I was supposed to be doing. And that encouraged me enough to drive down to where did I go? Not Nashville, Louisville, for the retreat. And honestly, the biggest thing that made a difference for me, again, were the people that were there, the people that loved me. They didn't care what my history or my story. They just loved me. They accepted me with open arms and treated me like a friend. And then I plopped myself right in front of Teresa so I could watch her really closely, not realizing it meant she could watch me really closely. And I remember laying on my back with this leg kind of over this leg trying to do, and even then she catches you, and that was really helpful, having your arms in the right position and your hands. And so I went home thinking, number one, this isn't that hard. I can do this. And number two, she says that less is more. So I really put that to the test, because that's my nature. And I spent the next few weeks, the most I ever did was 3 times in a week. And then one of the weeks, I had an opportunity to fly to Europe and spend a week in Paris with my youngest daughter. And I just thought, oh, well, maybe I'll win the challenge another year. And I just ate everything I could find in Paris that looked at all good, which is pretty much everything in Paris. And but I noticed that my torn meniscus, if I was getting to be in pain, I would stop and think, wow, why does that hurt? And I think, I'm not in the right T-Tapp position. So I would tuck and go knees, little toe outside, and the pain would go away. And so I would continue to walk. I walked and walked. And when I got home and finished the challenge, and we send in I almost didn't send it in because I thought that I had not measured the whole time. I'd not weighed myself because my brain kept saying, you can't win, and you'll just be too discouraged if you look at the numbers. So I didn't, but Mary Ellen said, are you, Barbara, you've got to send it in and finish. And I said, well, even if I win, I probably won't go to the retreat. She said, well, I'll go for you. You're crazy. This is amazing. You really need to go. So I said, oh, okay. So I sent it in, and I lost 32 inches.
I remember.
And I lost 10 pounds. And then afterwards, my doctor ended up saying I needed the knee surgery for the torn meniscus. So I had the knee surgery, and then of course that gave me an excuse not to get up. So I stopped doing my exercises, and I limped through my son's wedding in June, and I limped through the summer. And then the retreat was coming up, and I thought, well, I should do a couple workouts just to remind myself what senior fit moves are. And 2 workouts, and the pain was gone. I spent weeks hobbling on my knee. 2 workouts, and it was gone.
There's a method to this. There really is.
Obviously. The thing that sitting next to Teresa at the workshop, just her heart came through. She's not in it to make you perfect or to make you follow it, she's so encouraging, and she could retire to wherever she wants at this point. And the challenge costs nothing. We get to join in for nothing. And her availability, her heart really came through. She even helped me with an exercise with my face.
That's right, that's right.
Yeah, remember? I had, really helped with the bags under my eyes.
Yeah, and I'm going to share that hopefully during one of the lunches so everybody sees, because everyone at the table literally watched the bags under her eyes disappear, because you did with the one. And then they said, okay, now let's do both, so you don't end up with just one eye.
Yeah, please, don't leave me that.
No, but that's a trick in the modeling world where the girls would have too much carbs or pasta or wine, and there's certain eye shapes that tend to hold the fluid underneath the eye, and then the other shapes are on the top. And I know a way to get that gone real quick. It's lymphatically pumping. But yes, I forgot, that's right. We fixed your eyes.
Yes. And again, true to my nature, I had to ask her, how old do the alfalfa tablets still stay?
Because you'd had them for a while.
And she said, well, if it's still bright green, what are they, a year or two? I said, I think they're about 5 years old. Like whenever I had 15 bottles, because every time they go on special, I think, oh, I should do this, but I wasn't doing it. So I read over the last several months a quote in a book, and it said, the body is the echo of the soul. And that really started to make sense to me, that my body was more than just the shell. I'm not just a turtle living in a shell, and when I die, my shell stays behind and I go somewhere else. Thank the Lord, heavenward. But it's a reflection, it's an extension, it's part of me. And I get to partner with it, and I get to take care of it and enjoy what I have with it. And I was looking at the words that were down here, and I thought, the other one that goes with that is truth. So at the end of that challenge, I'm learning to say to myself, I am not only a category winner, I'm a grand prize winner.
That's right.
Thank you.
That's right.
And I'm not going to tell myself anymore that this won't work for me or I can't do it, because less really was more. And if I just put my effort into it, I will get and see the results and feel, not only feel better, but be renewed in my purpose and be able to reach out to others and to pass on my teaching to others and encourage them. When I went to visit my mother most recently, I hadn't seen her since before the challenge, and she's 93. And two things I want to tell you about my mom. Number one, she said, she still says, she's lost 100 pounds, so she's 100 pounds right now. But she used to weigh 200 and she's about 5'4". She still says to me, I need to lose weight, because she told herself for so many years, I'm heavy, I need to lose weight, I need to lose weight. And she can't let go of what she believes, even though it's not the truth anymore. And sometimes that happens when we focus on the numbers or how we look. But when you shift and you start thinking of your body as this wonderful gift that's knit together so perfectly and so intricately, and you begin to thank it and be grateful for how it serves you, and then you begin to serve it back, maybe I won't end up that way where I think I still need to lose weight, I'm not good enough when I'm 93. And the other thing is, apparently her eyesight is still really good, because I walked in and the first thing she said to me is, have you lost weight? And I said, well, thanks, Mom. She said, oh my gosh, you look 10 years younger.
Thanks,
she
Mom.
said, really, even your eyes look good. And I said, thank you. I've been doing T-Tapp, and I told them all about it and how they could do it sitting in a chair. And
Awesome.
so thank you. Thank you for your love for us and for the multiplying effects that your gifts to us can then be to others, both as we pass it on and as we live our lives, encouraging others and caring and forgetting about thinking of others more. It's not thinking of yourself less. It's just thinking less of yourself.
Yeah.
And that's been a joy. So thank you so much.
Thank you so
Thank you for
much,
letting me
Barbara.
come.